Hey there everybody, Youth92 here for the NXT Takeover London review and WWE 2K16 in the background. Got a good match with John Cena. I'm the boy Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. Enjoy that. And yep, of course the Takeover special was good. Like, of course, like come on, NXT is never bad. It's like it's an hour show and then the special are 2 hours of like great wrestling. So Triple H kicks off Raw. You know, he does his usual shtick. He brings up the Roman Reigns storyline, says how he's beat up and all that shit, but he don't care. He thinks there's no way in hell he would miss NXT. We are NXT and all that stuff. So I'm like, alright, cool. Cool shit right there. And then sucks William Regal wasn't there. William Regal got sent back because he's having neck problems again. So that was kind of a bummer. I kind of wish William Regal would have been there with Triple H to start this off. But then we get the first match. We got Asuka versus Emma. Emma comes out with Dana Brooke. Emma sporting some sunglasses, looking good. I like the sunglasses match her in her entrance. Dana's was wearing an amazing outfit. Like I don't know what she was like doing, but she looked cool. So fucking match starts off hot. Like fucking Asuka gets a fucking sick like fucking arm, a Fujita arm bar I think it's called. Like it looked like she's about to break this woman's arm. Asuka does a diving butt outside the ring where Emma's like on the side and she runs off the side of the ring and just jumps off of her butt. That was cool. Fucking Emma starts taking it to Asuka. I'm actually so happy. Emma got so much fucking offense in this match. She hit like 80%, 90% of her shit. It was great. Cause like finally we get to see how good fucking Emma is. Like feels like everyone just forgot how good Emma is. So fucking mid-match is all that. Asuka is awesome. Asuka is fighting spirit the whole time, by the way. Every time Emma hits her with a big move, she starts yelling and like getting up and looking into her soul, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking great. But then Emma takes back control. Asuka's kicks are on fucking point. She starts doing strikes, you know, forearm shots, kicks, forearm shots, and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, yo, Asuka's stuff is just on point. She does my favorite spot where she hits the spinning back fist. She does 3 spinning back fists that look like devastating. You can even hear the impact. Emma with a cool move. She does a butterfly suplex to the corner. How Sami Zayn does his exploder suplex to a corner. And then she used this to set up the fucking dilemma. And then she fucking hit her with the Emma-mite sandwich in the corner. That's where Emma runs and hits the crossbody in the corner. That was a good spot. Asuka with the ankle lock. A very sick looking ankle. I look like, man, like Asuka's submissions look crazy because it looked like this woman can actually like kill people if she tries. Fucking ref gets hit. Dana throws in some kind of weapon. She throws in like her belt or something. Asuka and Emma are fighting for it. Asuka gets the weapon. Ref think Asuka hit Emma with the weapon. Doesn't go down. Fucking Emma goes for a roll up on Asuka. Asuka was able to turn into the Emma lock, which is the Asuka lock, Emma lock, Asuka lock. So Asuka turns into the Emma lock during the roll up. That was awesome. Fucking Emma taps out, but the ref doesn't see it because Dana Brooke is arguing on the outside. Fucking then you see Asuka arguing with Dana, but then she turns around and spinning heel kick for the win. She knocks the fuck out of Emma. She didn't win by knockout, but I did say she was probably going to win by, like, a kick. She was going to win by, like, a fucking knockout kick, so. Awesome match. A good 15-minute match right there. Good way to start. It's awesome to see, like, Diva started off. Fucking, they're setting up for some big shit with Asuka, so I guess they're going the route that I thought they were going. This is a great match. Just start using Emma more, man. Emma needs to get a title reign. Like, that's how good Emma is. Alright, next match is Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, the tag team champs, versus Enzo and Big Cass. Enzo and Big Cass get an amazing fucking reaction. Like, amazing reaction. It's crazy. They have an awesome entrance. You know, they try to change it up a little bit, but they still do the usual stick. Match is stiff as fuck. Like, fucking Big Cass and Dash Wilder are stiffing the fuck out of each other, man. It's crazy. Enzo got a lot of ring time, which I'm very happy about, because we don't see Enzo in the ring that much. And I always wanted to know, is Enzo actually good in the ring? You know what I mean? Like, I know he's decent, because, you know, he can do stuff, but, like, no one ever questions if is Enzo a good in-ring competitor, which we got to see. He's actually, you know, he's pretty solid. Fucking Kaz Kaz and Dash Wilder, man, they're going at it. Like, these guys are beating the crap out of each other. I loved every minute of it. They do the cool spot where fucking Kaz throws Enzo all the way to the outside on both men. That was cool. So they take control. They start working over Enzo. Crowd is singing at the whole match. I don't know why. This is a trend. They were singing during the whole pay-per-view. I guess like that's what England does. I don't know. London. Dash is trying to get Big Kaz's leg. He has some like modified Indian death lock ready to go, and he had this lock in for like 7,000 years. Yeah, so Big Kaz is trying to get his leg broken. They fight out of it. Kaz and Enzo actually hit Sky's the Limit. That's where Kaz throws Enzo 1,000,000 feet into the air. 1, 2, and then fucking, I think it was Scott Dawson pulls out the fucking ref, and him and Carmella get physical. Carmella elbows him in the fucking face. That was cool. Then Dash and Dawson hit their fucking, I think, like, shredder machine, I think it's called. It's the fucking 3D basically into a code breaker in the end of it. They hit it from the fucking second rope or third rope. That was awesome. They actually get the fucking win, and I don't know, man. Like, I really think Kaz and Enzo should have won. Like, I like Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, but like, what do you do for them from here? Unless they are gonna go with the Jason Jordan and Chad Gable winning the title, so just sucks, man. Because I feel like Kaz and Enzo are gonna be promoted forever without winning the tag team titles. So I don't know what to do next, but it was a good match, you know. Then we have a match I was looking forward to big time. BC, Young God, Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. Match is good, but like it was like, you know, it had its spots and everything, but like yo, let me just Baron Corbin, man. Like, this guy is BC Young God for a reason. So Baron Corbin starts taking it to Crews. Fucking he throws out fucking Crews, right? And he tells them, you should have stayed in ROH. You should have never come here. You should have stayed wrestling in small gyms, boy. And I'm like, BC Young God. I just start bowing down because I'm like, this fucking guy has no chill, man. We get a fuck you Corbin chant. Because, like, Corbin is being the biggest scumbag on the planet. It's fucking great. Like, he's being such a douche to Apollo. It's crazy. I love it so much. Crews hits a fucking, Crews has enough and he starts single leg taking down and starts beating the shit out of BC everywhere. He's finally coming back. He does one of the sickest counters I've ever seen to the end of days. He goes, BC goes for the end of days and he fucking does a full flip, does an enziguri and hits his fucking, moonsault out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck? BC kicks out. Crews is about to go. And Crews is about to fucking go. Crews is about to go for his like powerbomb thing. BC wiggles out of it and he hits the end of days out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin wins. I'm fucking excited. Baron Corbin finally got the big win that man deserves. This has been a good year for Baron Corbin. That man has stepped his game up. Apollo gets handed his first loss. Pretty great right there. Not a bad guy to lose to. Hopefully, come on, Baron Corbin, #1 contender, baby. This is you gotta put the title on this guy, man. You gotta do it. I feel like Baron Corbin can hold his own. He's proved that he can have good matches with anybody right now. Like, yeah, you can say like, yeah, he's in there with good people. He's being carried. I'm like, no, it takes two to tango, and Baron Corbin knows what the fuck he's doing, man. This guy got this. This guy has money written all over him because he gets his character, man. He fucking gets it. Then we have Nia Jax versus Bayley for the NXT Women's title. Fucking Asuka and Nia Jax have a stare down before the match even begins in a backstage like thing. So I'm like, oh, they're setting up for it. I knew it was gonna happen. So you can basically tell where it's going after this. So Bayley tries to take it to Nia Jax right away. Like, she tries to do it. Nia Jax overpowers the living hell out of her in 2 seconds. Bayley is trying to use a lot of different submissions to wear down Nia Jax, but it's not working. Crowd is singing a song to Bayley the whole entire match of like, hey Bayley, won't you be mine, or something like that. Bayley hits a nice senton bomb, a little like swanton action. Jax hits a Samoan drop, hits her leg drop. I'm like, whoa, that was quick. Bayley kicks out. Nia Jax is not happy. Starts throwing Bayley around like a rag doll everywhere, man. Just like, ah. Jax hits another leg drop on the back of Bayley's head. Bayley kicks out again. Bayley is basically doing the, fighting spirit, fucking like resilient underdog story. Bayley locks in this fucking guillotine choke from the middle rope because Nia Jax was setting her up for something. And Nia Jax, she would not let go of this choke. She had this choke on for like ever. Nia Jax chucks her off. Bayley goes back to the choke again. Nia Jax does that little spine buster thing, chucks her off. And you can tell Nia Jax is weakening because she's getting weaker. Bayley goes for the choke one more time, but bends Nia Jax's like neck forward. So fucking sick the way she did it. Nia Jax taps out. Another undefeated streak ended. Bayley fucking wins. So you can tell where they're going with this, people. They are going #1 contendership. Asuka versus Nia Jax. It's going to be Asuka versus Bayley, and Bayley is going to get bodied. Like, it's going to happen. So I am glad to see Asuka is the one they're choosing for this, and hopefully we don't have to hear Eva Marie for a little bit until she gets better or gets more decent. This is a good match. I got a lot of time, I definitely enjoyed fucking Emma and Asuka more. Like, Emma and Asuka was in a fucking league of its own, so. But good show. It was a good show for Nia Jax's first, like, big deal, like, thing, you know what I mean? So, main event time. Samoa Joe, which they actually spelled Samoa Joe's name wrong on the fucking, like, little template thing. It was like Samoa Joe. And I'm like, yo, that sounds cool too. For the NXT title, fucking they finally update Finn Balor's demon. He comes out as fucking Jack the Ripper. He has, like, the trench coat and the top hat. I was so hyped. I was like, this has been the problem. This fucking demon thing was getting, like, it's the same one every time. Like, I love it, and it's awesome every time he does it, but it gets a little repetitive, and they finally changed it. Like, I know he can't use Marvel characters and all that stuff, but he can use people like that. Like, he could come out as Jack the Ripper, and no one will care. Like, look at fucking, Team Dubstep over there, the Banff. They came out as fucking Freddy Krueger on last NXT. Like, they can do it. It's just, you gotta update the demon when you can. Fucking Joe was laughing it off. He's not intimidated at all. Goes right to his face when he's still Jack the Ripper. He don't give a fuck. Joe was a man in this match, man. So fucking Finn is actually started off exactly how I wanted it to start off. Finn is just like taking it to Joe. He is chopping the shit out of him, like strikes and all this stuff. He is beating the crap out of him. Fucking Joe is getting rocked. Then they go to the outside and Finn tries to hit a coup de grace on Joe on a steel steps. Joe moves out of the way. Finn runs to him and he hits him with a fucking one-armed modified Uranagi. Joe just steps forward like, you're fucking nothing, man. That was awesome. Joe starts controlling, fucking whipping Finn's ass, hitting every single move that Joe knows. His kicks, his enziguris, and all that stuff, his sentons. Joe does one of my favorite spots where he locks in a Boston Crab and they get out of it. Then he switches it to a crossface and then he switches it to the Ring of Saturn move that Perry Saturn made famous in WCW. I love that spot. I love how he switches it to every single submission he can think of. That's a cool spot. Fucking Finn hits his big dive. The fucking Dongan Julio and all that stuff. He hits it on the outside. Finn hits his old combo from the New Japan days where he does the slap, he does the kick, and then he does the fucking, like, spinning Trouble in Paradise kick, but the way he does it is so cool. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't seen him do that since he fucking left New Japan. That was awesome to see. That was really cool. Awesome match so far. Finn is hitting every version of the coup de grace you could think of. He hits the one in the back, he hits the one on the chest where they're, like, laying down, and he, like, jumps up out of nowhere out of the roll-up. Like, he's hitting every stomp that he can. It's pretty cool. We get Fighting Spirit Finn. Fucking Joe starts beating the shit out of him, and Finn fucking starts yelling Fighting Spirit. We get in it. Fucking Finn hits the shotgun drop kick. He hits a second shotgun drop kick. Joe gets out of the corner, starts yelling, not selling that shit, and I was like, oh my god. Finn hits him with another shotgun drop kick. That was a great fucking spot. And then fucking they fight it out in the corner. Finn hits the coup de grace out of nowhere. Like, he just pushes off Joe and he hits the coup de grace as fast as he can. And that is it. Finn Balor is your winner. Nobody comes out. I really wanted Hideo Itami to come out at the end of it, but it didn't go down. Awesome, awesome match. Again, great takeover special. Asuka and Emma and probably Joe and Finn stole the show for me. They were a great match. A fucking BC stole the show just for that comment. Send your ass back to ROH. Oh my god, BC. This is I was talking to a cousin of mine about this when the show was over, and we're like, yo, BC, Baron Corbin has to be the one to be the demon, because I was 100% sure Joe was gonna be the only man to beat the demon, but I'm like, you know what? Give it to Baron Corbin. Make Baron Corbin be the first man that gets a pinfall on the demon, because no one is ever kicking out of that end of days. You know what I mean? Like, that's a move that you gotta protect like fucking God. You know what I mean? So protect the shit out of that. So, awesome NXT special. I'll catch you guys next time. Like, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the match in the background. Everybody go watch fucking NXT. It's always great. And remember, BC Young.
Here's your winner, Seth Rollins.
Nicely done. He picks up the win.
I don't care how many wins you have. Whenever your hand is raised in victory, a certain level of excitement comes over you.
What a match that was, ladies and gentlemen.